So a lot on the line for these two teams moving into it. Lijang Tower. Cloud9 going to be opening up with a 2-2 PO comp. Surefour. Ooh, Kolsti, a little bit dangerous there. Running that Pharah, going to be laying in the damage. Movistar Riders going for a 2-2 sort of dive composition, but Finnsi on the Zarya as opposed to normally the D.Va.
With the Zarya, plays beautifully into the D.Va kind of composition. They know exactly what both teams are going to be running here. Cloud9 not going for the Mercy. Adam falling incredibly weak towards the beginning of this fight.
Yeah, they're going to be trading up. Equally there, xepheR going to be falling. Swift strike by XWoosH just to lay in the damage, but Surefour is heavily on his tail. Goes for the deflect kill, doesn't quite get it, but look at this, Movistar Riders starting to turn it round to a degree. Surefour, though, if he's got something to say about it, not quite. He finds the double kill for his team. XWoosH, however, still on the point, putting in work. Dante now following it up. He's got the Discord orbs on him, and that will be enough damage done by XWoosH once again, just to clinch it out for his team. So Movistar Riders going to be taking this first point.
That was a really close fight, actually, between the two. Surefour on the Pharah is always going to be a danger, but he's actually switching it up now.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to be going for the Tracer. He threatened the Reaper there for a moment.
That was a bit surprising, I'd say, for a second or two, but...
Just cycling through.
Yeah.
Yeah. But talk to me a little bit about this Zarya coming out from Movistar Riders Reinforced, playing into the D.Va.
Well, Cloud9 doesn't really have a D.Va right now. They swept through a soldier, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess this is something they have
He's
banned.
moving in, Dragon Blade in hand, goes for the kills, can't quite find it, but he claims it onto Adam regardless. Gets one slash into the back lines onto xepheR, but xepheR's going to get healed up as well. Movistar Riders now moving into the back, trying to assist him as best as they possibly can, trading quite equally as it stands. Ultimate's online here. Transcendence going to be used by Cloud9 as well, wanted to take this fight a little bit further forward, but it's going to be the Primal Rage by Kolsti, doing all sorts of damage. Logix with a post bomb connects onto xepheR. Beautiful work, turning up for his team in the heat at the moment, and still Movistar Riders holding on for now.
This is a battle of compositional adaptability as well. Both Surefour and xepheR have switched their comps because Movistar Riders were running this Zarya. They didn't want to play the D.Va composition into it, and they've pushed Surefour over to the Tracer, now running this double hit scan, triple DPS composition that plays quite nicely into the Zarya. Finnsi staying on it rather than going back to his normal soldier, 87% of the Graviton, and they've already got 71% of the cap as well. Movistar Riders with a great start to Lijang.
All eyes on Finnsi with this Graviton surge. He's going to be trying to initiate it, and he has used it, but look at this, God's in the back, working his magic. Soundbar is going to be keeping him alive for now. Movistar's falling quite weak. XWoosH at the 2K. KAISER will put an end to his life, swift and justly. But right now, still just trying to survive. Primal leaping himself out of the mixture there. KAISER now going to be falling as well, quite weak, has to jump his way out there. Will get the mega pack, but post-bomb going to be committed as well. Still, this fight trying to get taken. xepheR using his tactical visor. Overtime ticking over. Cloud9 need to be getting onto this point. Surefour has a post-bomb, doesn't want to commit it just yet, just holding on to it. Primal Rage by Kolsti as well, going to be prolonging this engagement. Logix tries to take the 1v1 here. Surefour still on full HP. Commits the post-bomb, doesn't connect it. Now it's going to be a Dragon Blade, I believe, by XWoosH as well. Claims one kill. He's so weak as well, 3 HP. All he needs is a little tick, and KAISER can't finish him off. Movistar Riders claiming the first round.
And the important fight of that round specifically was the second fight, because Movistar Riders starting with the Zarya, it was probably they knew that Cloud9 was pulling out the Pharah, and then you can feed a lot on the spam and you get a high charge. And then we saw the Cloud9 swapped up to the 3 DPS as a counter, because Zarya in general has very hard time getting any charge whatsoever versus a 3 DPS composition, because...
As long as you're not running the Pharah.
Yeah, exactly. So they swapped to the Genji Tracer Soldier, which was fine. But after they lost that second fight, then Finnsi had so much ultimate charge, so they pretty much had a Graviton for the third fight, which is very likely to win a fight for you. And from there, it's just so hard for Cloud9 to even get anything done.
So a little bit of mind games there in terms of the composition as well. Both teams looking very prepared. They know what compositions the enemies have been running in a lot of these matchups. Finnsi again starting off with the Zarya.
We'll be watching Kolsti's perspective for this one.
Yeah, this is very unexpected, I'd say, that they're running Zarya here. I know that Movistar Riders, they play a lot of Zarya, specifically on Nepal, but I haven't seen them run Zarya this consistently.
Maybe they're just trying to push Cloud9 into triple DPS compositions where they have seemed less of a force than when xepheR is playing the D.Va.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Moving into the back, Kolsti tries to initiate for his team. Doesn't work out for him. Cloud9 managed to kite them effectively, picking up 2 kills of their own. Now it is KAISER's turn to strike back. The Emperor will fall here. Dante going to be collecting that kill from him, still contesting the point. Hasn't gone to either side yet. Discord Orbs putting in a lot of work as well. xepheR just slamming into the back lines there with the bullets, raining them down. Surefour also putting in tons of work. Movistar Riders still trying to contest this with the remaining members of the team, just jumping in one at a time, but it's not quite working out for them. They are contesting it to a decent degree, buying a lot of time for the team here. They will fall. Cloud9 starting to cap this up, should be able to get this one as well, and I believe God's there with a quick and dirty little shuriken onto Dante just to finish things up.
So you were right, Sideshow, that they're probably playing the Zarya to bait Cloud9 to play a triple DPS composition. But Control Center is actually one of the better stages, specifically on Lijang, to run your triple DPS composition. So I don't think Cloud9 in this regard have any trouble pulling out, specifically on this stage.
And Finnsi has now swapped over, so now they're going for the mirror matchup. But that's good for Movistar Riders as well. They are very comfortable with the mirror matchup of triple DPS, and they've kind of forced Cloud9's hand into playing that against them by playing it at the beginning with that Zarya. However, they have given up the ultimate advantage and 30% on the board for Cloud9. Huge amount of ultimates available for them. Dante with the support ultimate, going to pop it off from the Riders.
Okay, God's moving a bit of Dragon Blade, does force out the Transcendence. He's going to be using SWoosH's own Dragon Blade though, moves into the back, brings down God's Tactical Visor used by xepheR as well. Kills flowing in now for Movistar Riders. They are firmly set into the backlines here of Cloud9, still in possession of the point for now, finding these picks. KAISER does manage to bring down Finnsi. Nobody really focusing down xepheR. Now they're going to be starting to put some damage into him. 9 HP, wants to play a bit passive for now. Roolf also putting in work, headshot onto SWoosH as he tries to jump into the back. Primal Rage used here by Kolsti, trying to firmly set this fight into their favor, but it's not quite working out for him. Has to leap himself away.
So many ultimates used there, Reinforce.
Yes, that was Cloud9's fight to win, I guess, because they pulled out both support ultimates, and that's basically a guaranteed one team fight. So I think it was a good trade with Kolsti's Primal Rage and SWoosH's Blade. And this next one, Movistar Riders really need to win. Well, it's probably going to be the last fight of the round anyway.
Yeah, they absolutely have to win it for multiple reasons. They've got neptuNo's sound barrier to work with. KAISER and Surefour, the only guys with ultimates over on Cloud9. Oh, wow. Look at that, so much damage coming out onto Surefour actually. In the backlines, Dante with the right clicks, really great prediction. Oh, and he manages to pick him up. He's got Surefour's number.
That's the power of the Discord Orb, gives you those temporary vision through the walls. Cloud9 still finding the pick, still Logix trying to return it. Going to be now using the Tactical Visor. KAISER in a bit of a troubling situation, moving, leaping, trying to find a kill, but Finnsi will get the better of him. Overtime ticking down now, burning to a crisp still. Cloud9 fighting the picks where they possibly can. neptuNo ends up using the sound barrier pretty early on in engagement just to try and flip it over. Kolsti moving in. Cloud9, however, full control of the point, and they will get a round out from underneath Movistar Riders.
So I think that Movistar Riders need to respect Cloud9's free DPS from here on. You sort of need to try and outskill them rather than outsmart them. Bishop obviously has done a lot of strategic work here, so it's paying off big time for Cloud9, especially because they win these first fights and it's so easy to snowball off it.
Cloud9 seem to be so much better coming into this tournament than we've seen them in North America in terms of their execution on lots of different strategies. They always had the versatility within their roster, but they kind of looked a little bit shaky on everything to an extent. They were trending towards the dive, but didn't have as crisp an execution. It also didn't help that they were kind of in a region with Rogue, who were really showing exactly how to play it. Coming up against Movistar Riders here, they're definitely showing that they can go toe-to-toe with some of the best dive teams in Europe at the very least. Sticking with this triple DPS composition into Night Market as well.
Here we go. Getting underway, xepheR on the high ground, putting in a bit of work. Movistar Riders going for triple DPS themselves, seeing if they can hunt down the targets. Effectively meeting Cloud9 face-to-face, head-on here. A battle of wits as well. Logix trying to take the 1v1. Surefour very weak. They might try and dive on him. 20 HP in the end. Backs off for now. He's in a bit of trouble though, getting ran down. He's going to blink away. Cloud9 forced to play super passive in this engagement.
Riders are absolutely excellent at the initial fight on Lijang Night Market. They seem to... Kolsti, the way that he gets progress as he slowly moves up.
Wow,
that's
God.
Just filthy with the right click. But Riders establishing really early control. That loss of the Tracer, though, is going to hurt them. Cloud9 with a good opportunity to retake.
Still point and control for Movistar. xepheR's.
Yeah, this is very patient play from Cloud9. They get picked off at the first fight, and what they do is they just wait and they take position, and you can see here they're coming in from all the angles here for the second fight, and while Movistar Riders are capped like 20% already, they're in a very good position here to win this fight. But they're actually losing it.
SWoosH with the pick onto xepheR just as he was taken down by KAISER. Movistar Riders, they're playing, they are surrounded on all sides basically, but they are being able to focus off individual targets so well that they're able to retain control. Build up those ultimates, 40% now. Cloud9's kind of, I don't want to call it passive, but it was more tentative. It was approaching, they were looking for an angle, they didn't want to hard commit. It's gifted them 50% on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. Now We see ultimates online coming up for these teams. Movistar Riders definitely in the driving seat when it comes to that. They've got the ultimate advantage. XWoosH is possibly even looking for an opening. Discord Orb on him is going to at least make him play a little bit more passive for now. Look at this position by Kolsti as well, just waiting on the ledge for them. Right time to strike, and he's got the Dragon Blade. They want to initiate, they want to be forcing out some of these support ults. I feel like they try and go on him as well. XWoosH though getting ran down. Tries to go for the deflect, but you can't deflect the Tesla cannon, pal. Going to be running in now. Transcendence used by Cloud9 as well. We're seeing them move in as well. Using his support ults pretty early. XWoosH still holding on to his own Dragon Blade. They've only got the one support ult to make this work. Using the Transcendence as well from Movistar Riders. A lot of ultimates used by as well. Finnsi popping off the Tactical Visor. Soundbarrier used as well by both teams. Trying to prolong this one out. XWoosH finally going to be using that Soundbarrier. Gods trying to get a duel to the death here with the blades. A little bit of a samurai congestion. Still Primal Rage being used as well by KAISER. Just knocking them about. Keeping them off the point. Cloud9 able to recap it. Expending a lot of ultimates in the process.
Talk to me about the battle of the ultimates there, Ryan.
Yeah, Movistar Riders, they're a bit too patient with their play. They pulled 2 ultimates where they're just standing on point and trying to hold their position. When you're the first team to use ultimates, you really need to be aggressive with it, and you need to try to find picks and basically force out Cloud9's ultimates. But Cloud9 were just able to wait out Movistar Riders' ultimates and just be able to re-engage after them.
Riders are very good in this kind of dry time here where there's no ultimates on the board though, and that early pick onto xepheR, and there's a pulse bomb in on the other side onto Finnsi, but they've started it, trading a couple of kills. The spawn's slightly going to be better for Movistar Riders as they get back into this fight. They're at 95% on the board as well here. One turnover, they'll be able to get it, but it doesn't look like it's going to be this time as Surefour pops off in the back.
Yeah, Dante just sort of gave up halfway through there. I think the call must have been made pretty early on just to reset the fight, regroup as 6. They've still got plenty of time. Cloud9 only about 50% on the board so far for this round. And the ultimates across the board, so it's going to be a battle of raw mechanical skill, I think, coming into this now. Point's going to start to get played a little bit. It's going to force the positioning. They've almost got the Cloud9 need to contest onto the point, trying to fight on it. Still eating a bit of damage here and there. Finnsi still putting in work as well. Look at that, Discord Orbs just melting through KAISER. That's the loss of the main tank, but Adams going to get the boop off onto Dante, removing the Zenyatta. That could be pretty big for them, turning this fight around. Transcendence now used here by Cloud9, trying to prolong the fight, keep them nice and healthy. Still, Kolsti almost the Primal Rage, finding frags all over the place between both these teams. Now it's going to be the Dragon Blade used by God. He's on no health whatsoever. Is end up falling. Surefour with the pulse bomb, trying to secure this. The overtime ticket over. At the point in control of Movistars. They managed to flip it over. Surefour tries to take the 1v1. Adam joining him in the final moments. They might be able to flip this one over, but Dante's joining him as well. Beat's going to be dropped. Possibly, yes, neptuNo drops it on himself. He only connects it onto that one player. Is going to get pushed back. Cloud9 working their magic. Surefour just putting in the damage. Gods as well, just backing them up perfectly. They should be able to cap this one up. They will indeed. Movistar Riders, neptuNo, talk to me there. Using the Soundbarrier in the final moment.
That was a strange one for sure, definitely. They managed to recap the point, so it's not like Cloud9 are taking it up and it's in an overtime situation and they absolutely have to get it. So Movistar could have disengaged, but Cloud9's aggression was so good at being able to focus down Dante all the time. He died with his Transcendence just about to go up. Roolf was able to reply, and now they've got the Soundbarrier. But Roolf actually died there. Adam not able to catch him with that one. Opens the door for Dante, Finnsi, XWoosH. They're using all of their ultimates to try and contest this one. It is into the overtime situation. They have to be able to get it, but xepheR's going mental.
That was actually ridiculous. He got all of them really, really low. The Tactical Visor just doing all the work for him. Overtime taking over. That is swinging the fight firmly into Cloud9's favor. Kolsti trying to delay it as long as he possibly can. Primal Rage knocking these targets around like ragdolls as it stands, but xepheR will not stand for it, will put an end to it. Overtime ticking down. Cloud9 claim another round, 2-1.
And that was just a spectacular play coming out of xepheR. They basically just won them the round single-handedly. It was a close fight with both teams having a lot of ultimate, but xepheR just getting through there for Cloud9.
The ultimate battle in the middle of that, where both teams committed so many ults as well, was really pivotal, because as soon as Riders are on the back foot from that, although they're at 99%, they weren't able at any further point to be able to flip it over. They got so much ground really early on, converted that into percentage, while Cloud9 playing excellently when they were actually in control, locking Movistar Riders out completely. That's a stage that Riders would have expected to be able to take from them, and now they're 2-1 down.
And now XWoosH is coming out with the Pharah. This is usually what we see XWoosH playing in scrims on this stage, so this is going to be interesting. This is pretty much default Movistar Riders, I'd say.
I like it. I like it a lot. Running into Cloud9, not really running too much to mitigate this Pharah pick. No diva on xepheR at least, but they do have Roolf with the Zenyatta for the Discord Orbs, putting in a lot of damage into him already, but the rocket's going to be firing into xepheR, brings him down quite low, forces out the biotic field. Kolsti working his magic, jumps into the back, claims the kill onto Gods, but he will be brought down in the end. This is a tricky situation for them both. Just finding these frags here and there. xepheR tries to go for the flank attempt, doesn't work for them. Now the point's going to start to get unlocked. They're leading it in. neptuNo finding kills here and there for his team, trading quite evenly. xwoosh in a lot of trouble. Surefour's aim on point. Wonderful tracking coming out from him. And this should be Cloud9 taking this one. Still, players from Movistar Riders trickling in. They are getting the respawners.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Surefour's doing a lot of work for his team, but Cloud9 are getting picked off in the back. Movistar Riders have very patient positioning, and they are going to be able to get in control of the point in the end. xwoosh, I think, did quite a bit of work, but also managed to make sure that he was safe right up until the end there, where he was forced to commit, and Surefour was able to get the pick. Maybe if Cloud9 had been playing a D.Va comp, it would have gone better into it. Now they're in control as well. xwoosh is going to be able to do a lot of work.
Pulse bomb in hand. Will be soon, 1%, there you go. He's grabbed it up. Logix now trying to take the 1v1 against Surefour. Surefour seems to be coming on top of these engagements, but xwoosh gets a long-range rocket. Pulse bomb going to be connecting. Logix brings him down. Dante with the follow-up. The damage is definitely there. And the deed is done. Cloud9 lose 4 members of their team in a quick, concise fashion. They're going to be falling, trying to escape, but it's the late straggler kills.
And I think that Cloud9 here is they're playing a bit too passive, because the strength of Movistar Riders' composition is basically you have a Pharah, you have a Soldier, and you have a Zenyatta, so it's basically all spam. And Cloud9, they're just standing by and just taking all of this spam. They've changed up to a Pharah of their own, so I guess they're going to try to outpoke Movistar Riders in that sense and get Kolsti to maybe overextend a bit like he did in the first fight.
Not only are Movistar Riders in control of the point here, but they also have double hit scan playing into Surefour, whereas Surefour has gods on his side. The Shurikens a little less easily able to put damage into xwoosh. The poke from long distance is going to be better from Movistar Riders. Surefour's going to be having to play so safe and behind the obstacles in the air. Difficult for him to actually get any ground at all.
And now you see the Cloud9, they haven't really taken a proper fight. They've just been standing there taking the spam and getting picked off one by one. So now we see the last fight coming into this round, probably, if Movistar Riders can win it, and they have 5-6 ultimates going into it. So this is going to be very rough for Cloud9, given how it started out on the round.
Absolutely. Passive play so far by Cloud9. Surefour still on the Pharah, going to be trying to take the battle to them. Now they're going to be leaping into the backlines, taking it aggressively. Transcendence used. Barrows as well here by xwoosh. Can be kept alive with a sound barrier. Tactical visor used here by Movistar Riders again. Finnsi finding the kills, expelling a lot of ultimates here, but so are Cloud9 trying to turn this one around, but they don't have the players. 99% ticking down. KAISER trying to prolong this fight with their primal rage. Whacking these players around the point will get focused down. Overtime coming down for them. Movistar Riders in firm control here. Logix as well, just rotating around, but Cloud9 now moving back in. They've got the sound barrier. Adam putting in work, just roaming around, trying to keep this point alive, keep the dream alive for Cloud9 to try and win this one out, but the damage is definitely being done by Movistar Riders, and it will be a second round going to them, taking Lijang Tower all the way.
And the only time you really saw Cloud9 having any sign of life on that round was on the first fight, when Kolsti overextended to the bridge and Cloud9 managed to pick him off. And that's sort of the game that Cloud9 were trying to play on that round. But after that first fight, when you have to retake, I think the Cloud9 were playing way too passive, and it felt like they were playing it like they had a D.Va on their side, but they really didn't. So I think they needed to jump a bit further, take initiation, and just take position and force Movistar Riders to this.
Final stage of Lijang here. This first map is going to be an incredibly close one between Cloud9 and Movistar Riders. In the group stage as well, they split the maps 2-2 here on Lijang. They've split the stages 2-2 as well. A knife's edge divides these two teams, but it is going to be the final stage on Night Market as well. Cloud9 took it, but Movistar Riders had a great start to it, and their first fight was excellent. That Helix rocket coming out from xepheR doesn't quite catch anybody. He takes a lot of damage in return. Movistar Riders with a bit of early positioning, but Gods is right in their back line.
Wow, okay, a bit of a dangerous positioning. He is going to get out, but that's going to cause the leap there. God's in a bit of trouble. Harmony Orb on him, so he's going to get healed up for now. He's got as well. xwoosh missing his jump, has to swift strike away to stay alive. Point about to be unlocked. Finnsi claims the first blood for his team. Kolsti follows up with the damage into the back. 2 quick and easy picks there for Movistar Riders, and again, showing why they are the bosses of Night Market.
Yeah, the first fight is excellent from Movistar Riders. The way that they're able to get position, they know that people are going to be going toe-to-toe with them over by the lion statues. Movistar Riders, Kolsti's really, really good in that situation, being able to mitigate damage coming into the rest of his team.
And it seemed like Gods going that aggressive at the start. He had something planned, and I think that Cloud9 were talking about maybe potentially going a bit aggressive. You even saw Surefour poking a bit on the side of Movistar Riders. So I think they wanted to go a bit aggressive. I don't know if KAISER didn't just follow up on the aggression, but it did seem like Gods went very far up from his team. and just then had to go out, and they just played a poke fight, which Movistar Riders ended up winning.
Movistar Riders with a very reactive kind of dive style as well. Cloud9 are going to try and force the engagement here outside, but Movistar know exactly where they're coming from. Their attention is split over onto the point as well, as Surefour was getting a little bit of cap time, but they've managed to block both avenues of attack here from Cloud9. Movistar Riders getting the early pick onto KAISER, who has been pressured so hard. Logix into the back, picks off Roolf, and now it's going to be an ultimate fight to see whether Cloud9 can steal back this control of Night Market.
50% already on the board between these two teams.
I think Cloud9, they really need to pressure Logix here on the left-hand side. I think one of the keys to Movistar Riders being so successful is that Logix is pressuring basically one half of the map by his own, you know.
Look at that. Post bomb going to be committed. Transcendence, Cloud9 looking to use the ults. It's going to be Gods moving in with the Dragon Blade as well, but he gets forced back. Ultimate's used in return as well. Movistar Riders trying to take the fight long and hard here. Swoosh as well with his Dragon Blade, finding these kills is traded equally. Cloud9 do manage to flip the point. Post bomb comes out, doesn't quite connect here by Surefour, and he gets pressured down by Dante, brings him down to a crisp there. Finnsi with the Helix Rockets into the tail end of this fight. Might be flipped into their favor, and I think it will be indeed. Cloud9, they get the point, but it's immediately flipped back.
They're going to have another opportunity to re-engage here. That's the advantage of having taken control of the fight. Take 15% up for them means that it's not 15% up for Riders, because they would be in the overtime situation right now. Logix, I feel, is really hitting his stride as well. Seems to be performing excellently for them, particularly in this stage. They're putting so much pressure on KAISER.
Look at this now. Promo Rages by Kolsti. Just tries to knock them off the edge. Doesn't quite work out for him. Just stalling them out. 91% already. Might actually get a kill or two. No, not quite. Promo Rage going to be ending now. The beat's going to get dropped here for Cloud9. Looking to initiate their way in. Gods finding a kill. Finds a second one. Still working his magic around the point. Deflex coming out. He finds a third. He's clinching it for them in the final moments. They needed to do this. They needed these kills. And he's turning up when it matters.
This is an exact repeat of what happened in the previous time they played Night Market as well. It gets to the end. Movistar Riders have done so well. They win the first fight. They stay in position. But Cloud9 eventually, they're able to flip it. And at that point, they were able to stay in control. Crucial picks onto Dante and neptuNo really early in the fight. Dante was just about to get his Transcendence live, chose not to use it in that situation just as he was about to die there, and Movistar Riders end up losing the fight. But they now have the ultimates, or soon will, to be able to take control. That's not going to help though.
That little entry pick there. Finnsi, just when Movistar Riders were about to move in with their ultimate advantage. Gods is...
Oh, he's gonna... No?
No.
Yeah, he jumped back.
Okay. Kolsti just getting a bit sneaky there.
I was scared he was going to get picked off or being chased down, but he got out safely.
Very similar ultimates across the board as well. Roolf with the engage. They've used the Transcendence. Primal Rage also. Will Gods choose to invest his Dragon Blade as well? There is one coming out from SWoosH as he tries to get a pick on the Surefour. They've already found the support line as well, but Gods replies with his Dragon Blade.
Cloud9 coming out on top right now as it stands, putting in the work. God's going to get ran down by the Tesla Cannon, but it gets capped up. Movistar Riders going to get the overtime coming in. Cloud9 have got the player advantage, but the point is firmly in control here for the Riders. Still playing this around. Logix, they are going to let them get this recap. He's playing around the back lines, a bit of time on the board. Cloud9 at a knife's edge between these two teams. It's 2-all. Map number 1 in this lower bracket game between Cloud9 and Movistar Riders. You can tell how hotly contested it is between them.
And this is going to be a very interesting fight. Both sides have the tactical visor up, but there's no support elements. neptuNo, probably the closest one. He's the closest one to getting a Solar Barrier up. So I think the Cloud9 or Movistar Riders, Cloud9, they need to go aggressive here and force to pop that Sound Barrier quickly.
Point's going to get played by Movistar's. Already got 2 men on it. Going to be running them down, trying to find the kills. Going to be using the ults. Promo Rage, Sound Barrier, absolutely everything. Thrown at Cloud9, straight to the wall. Already got a bit of cap time. They get it, the overtime ticking over. Cloud9 losing the players. Roolf's going to be falling at the start of the engagement. Gods trying to basically salvage it for the rest of his team. KAISER running them down as well, but they've lost so many players. Surefour with the post bomb. Or Logix, I should say, not quite working out for them in the end. Overtime ticking down. Cloud9, 3 players alive. Gods running into the fight, but SWoosH brings them down with a swift end. And that will be Movistar Riders claiming map number 1 in this best of 5 in the lower bracket. I was at Half Packs, a mega just in the left-hand building as soon as you walk out the spawn. Even the small Half Packs as well.
Logix here starting on the Diva. I don't think I've seen that before from Movistar Riders as well.
I haven't either. So.
Wow, okay. This is on the defense. So 2-2-2 composition. Also going to be running Dante on the Ana.
Okay.
Finnsi doing a little dad dance.
Ana Zen composition coming out from Movistar Riders with Logix away from his usual Tracer.
This
almost all the time seen on Tracer. xepheR on the Widowmaker, seeing if he can get those picks. He does have to play into a diva, a little bit of pressure, but it's a very passive hold here from Movistar Riders, rather than the aggression that you normally see from triple DPS defenses.
Here's the thing, they've completely surprised Cloud9. They pulled out xepheR on the Widowmaker to try and counter off the traditional triple DPS that they thought they were going to be running. But instead, it's this passive hold by Movistar Riders playing it super passive, this sort of 2-2 peel comp. Logix will get desuited. Could be dangerous for them. xepheR putting in work as well. Gods with the Swift Strike putting in the damage. The backline's being held for now, but really at what cost? xepheR has a huge sightline. They cannot peek it whatsoever. Finnsi can't get anything out of it, and look at that. Immediately answering back with the headshot. Kills rolling in. Cart not getting contested. Movistar Riders dropping like flies, and it is going to get contested for now, but at what cost? They've lost so much really just room there. Why Reinforce do you think they've gone for the 2-2 peel when they could have ran the triple DPS and held aggressively like teams like eUnited, like teams like Rogue do?
Well, having seen or played Movistar Riders in scrims, they are very fond of this Ana Senjara comp, especially on this map, because you have the high ground, so you can sort of abuse it. And I think they just want the diva to sort of keep those two supports alive and play off them. But I think that the Widowmaker in that sense sort of just counters it, because your monkey and your Genji is forced to deal with the Widowmaker, and it just leaves the support up to be killed.
Look at this aggression. Gods moving into the back with the Dragon Blade. The bubbles causing a lot of damage mitigation, but the kill's definitely rolling in. Gets the deflect, Swoosh in a bit of trouble. Misses the Swift Strike, but the beatdown is there. And the cart will continue to roll forwards, and this is the trouble now. Starting to get into the snowballing attempt, the momentum building for Cloud9.
That is crazy that they've been able to get so much room without Movistar being able to contest once, and that's one of the problems with running the Ana Zen composition, is that you can't re-engage that many times. Again, with the triple DPS, this is what we're used to, is seeing so many engages on the defense. They've only had 2 fights, lost them, and they're already at checkpoint 2. This is ridiculous tempo from Cloud9.
Absolutely crazy. They committed the Nano Blade as well. Finnsi falls back off. He jumps off. Oh, KAISER actually managed to find a kill. Okay, a bit more forgivable for him. I thought he just jumped off, but not the case. Still contesting. Movistar Riders trying their hardest to defend this one up. Logix gets desuited once again. Beat going to be dropped by Cloud9. Still the players on the point. 2.8 meters left to go, and still almost 4 meters, or 4 minutes I should say, 5 minutes on the clock, and already on checkpoint 2, Cloud9 showing no signs of slowing down.
And that fight looked a lot closer than it actually was. You saw that Cloud9 started off with popping the Senjara ultimate with the Transcendence, and then actually they pulled back a lot, and they played, you could see Roolf playing behind the boxes, and they were waiting for Adam's sound barrier to come up. He was about 90%. If he had just had a sound barrier from the get-go, Cloud9 probably would have won that fight a lot faster. That was their fight to win.
xepheR has not had to switch off this Widowmaker the entire fight. They just haven't even been threatened, so why would you bother? It's also excellent in this final area if they're able to get enough room to push around the corner. But look, Movistar Riders still really passive. They are not engaging on them really early on. They've given so much room for free.
Look at it, it's already around this U-bend area right here. xepheR still putting in work as well into the back lines, just causing these sightline issues for them. Swoosh ends up falling, and this is so strong, this whole, I love Widowmaker on this point. You've got such a long sightline to work with into the back, and if you don't have the composition to deal with it, you're going to be in troubling times. Movistar Riders looking to defend, using the Primal Rage, but still playing super passive, the positioning not there. Post bomb by Surefour, claims 2 kills, 4 minutes on the clock. Cloud9 moving forward with blistering paces right now. Bio Grenade will be used by Dante, trying to salvage it to a degree. They've got the Nanovisor to use, but Cloud9 working their magic, using the sound barrier, finding the kills, and look at that. 4 minutes on the clock.
That is an unbelievable time by Cloud9. But I felt like as good as they were playing, Movistar started with a weird game plan.
Yeah.
That was quite a snowball, man. That was,
that was an avalanche.
But yeah, it started with Ana Senjara, and it just snowballed off of that, because on the first point you saw the Cloud9, they just needed 1 fight, and xepheR played really well. They got a few picks with the Widow. On the second point, they still kept the Ana Senjara, and they happened, so they only got 1 fight on the second point. And then when they finally swapped to the Lucio on the third point, it felt like it was pretty much Cloud9 just having control.
And by that time, they've got the ultimate advantage up. But the Ana Zenyatta comp, they start off with it. It's a bit more of a passive, high ground kind of style. But because they lost the first fight and Logix was demec'd so quickly, they wanted to stick with it, I think, because they were so close to their ultimates. Both Dante and neptuNo were close to their ults in the second phase. But in the second phase, you need that mobility. You need the ability to engage much earlier on, to be able to contest the high ground, to be able to get back in. And sticking with the Ana Zen comp in that sense, you don't have the high ground ability. They gave up the entirety of checkpoint 1 and 2 off the back of 1.5 fights. That's almost unforgivable from Movistar Riders. They're going to have to put up a ridiculous attack here to even get close. Cloud9 started with 4 minutes on the clock. They finished in 4 seconds.
Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Cloud9, as you mentioned before, wasn't a snowball, more of an avalanche. It was just never stopping. The cart did not stop moving whatsoever. A single pace, but the countdown will begin. Movistar Riders looking to go for a 2-2 comp again with this attack. Could change up, however. And Cloud9 going for the triple DPS. We see teams run this all the time on Gibraltar. It's a map that it's well known for. Rogue popularized it quite well. And they might go for the aggressive attacking defense straight away into the back lines.
Holding a little bit passive for now, but looking to engage from the high ground, I think. Roolf, they've actually taken a huge amount of damage there from Movistar Riders.
Look at that.
Both teams actually decided to fall back a little bit and not aggress really early on in the defense. This is unusual.
This is not how you really play triple DPS as well on this defense. Cloud9 are kiting themselves back. They don't want to lose players. But normally when you see teams play the triple DPS, they play it super aggressively, jumping onto the cart to stall out as much time as possible. But Movistar Riders getting a bit of momentum here. xepheR moves into the back, trying to deal a bit of damage here. The bubble's going to get dropped as well. Cloud9 getting a decent defense for now, but not really initiating into them too much. Still contesting it. Roolf has the Discord Orb on him. Reflect pops off, jumps down to the low ground in a bit of trouble. But Adam's there to save him. The peel there. The two supporting brothers in arms working out their anger issues on the poor, unsuspecting foes of Movistar Riders.
So it seems like Movistar Riders are a bit unsynchronized here. xepheR just basically alone going for the Zenyatta. When they're playing a D.Va and should realistically just poke on the side of Cloud9 and just get ground.
Kills are rolling in here for Movistar Riders. Logix setting it up with the pulse bomb, still holding on to it. Cart moving in, they need to contest it now. Cloud9 moving in, Transcendence going to be used to initiate. Finnsi, however, finding the kills regardless of that. Now the pulse bomb used as well by Surefour, I believe, just to try to get the D-Mech. But again, the healing coming out from them. Movistar Riders with their own Transcendence, putting in work here. xepheR with the Swift strikes, finding the damage where it counts. And it should be the checkpoint going their way. xepheR trying to stall it out to the best of his ability.
But one of the big differences here is that Cloud9 have been able to get multiple fights.
Yeah.
Movistar Riders managed to take it. They look like they're kind of in control. There was no point at which they lost a team fight, but a lot of time being chipped away from them. Although they've got 4 minutes 30 to be able to now assail the rest of the map, Cloud9 are doing a good job at just whittling time away from them by forcing fight after fight after fight. And that's something that Movistar Riders weren't able to do with the composition that they had picked. Cloud9 playing it pretty well thus far.
What's your thoughts on xepheR now switching to D.Va here, Reinforce?
I think it's fine. I think these two chokes are very hard to get through, and you can see already that Movistar Riders are going hard at these chokes. You need a D.Va to sort of use the D.Va matrix to get out onto the second point here.
Oh, well, here it comes. The Dragon Blade used by Gods forces out the sound barrier for the enemy team, but only finding the kills that he was looking for. KAISER now forced to use the Primal Rage in close quarters. Claims a kill, claims the second one onto Dante. Pulse bombs flying absolutely everywhere. It's a bit of a rave kicking off in this little side room of Gibraltar right now. Still, Movistar Riders are finding a pick here and there. xepheR will fall out of the mech. Little baby D.Va going down. But still, this is ridiculous. A bit of a party kicking off here. Nobody really fighting around the cart too much. Cloud9 still getting the defense. And no real push time coming out from Movistar Riders there.
They're now gonna have an opportunity to try and push in, but Cloud9's engage with Adam's sound barrier was pretty good to start them off. Really gave them a lot of room in the map, and that's kind of the most difficult battle. If Movistar Riders are in control of the high ground, it's difficult to actually get into the fight. They use that support ultimate to engage, and then they have ground to work from, and they're playing this composition, just contesting all the time so well. Gods has fallen in the backline here. Roolf's just got his Transcendence up. They might use this just to stay alive. Surefour's fallen as well, though. Committing to this fight might be a bad idea for the next stage with both of your DPS heroes down. Movistar Riders going to reply with a Transcendence of their own, and the cart is still getting stalled.
Yeah, Cloud9 playing this phenomenally well, getting the defense in, but it is going to be now the sound barrier used by Movistar Riders, trying to clinch this one out. Logix and Kolsti putting in work, the Discord Orbs as well, not being contested well enough, to be honest with you. Surefour going to be jumping onto the point, forced to use the recall up. xepheR is very close to his own Dragon Blade. This should be the point going their way. It's a beautiful stall though by Cloud9, but not really enough to try and get it even further here.
And that fight started out with Gods getting picked off, going in as the Genji. It felt like Cloud9 gave a lot of room to Movistar Riders to just basically let them walk into second point. And that's not how you should hold that point in general. You want to hold the tight chokes on the end of Movistar Riders as well. You want to lane the poke damage and not let them get to the card. But instead, Movistar Riders just getting a lot of free push, and God's feeling the need to go in early, which resulted in him dying and basically in a 5 versus 6.
Movistar Riders have looked excellent on their attack. If this was the first time that we had seen a push on Gibraltar between these two teams, we'd say that they were doing excellently, but Cloud9 just set the bar so high.
xepheR got what he was achieving there, forced out the sound barrier early from Cloud9, and they do not have a Transcendence to use as the next support ult. Movistar Riders taking it slowly as it stands. They jump onto the back lines, going to be using the self-destruct as well indoors. Not going to find any kills of it. That's going to be the Dragon Blade used by Gods as well. Post bomb sticking into the back, not finding the picks they're looking for, but Cloud9 coming out on top regardless.
They managed to demeg Finnsi with that pulse bomb actually, which is exactly what they were going for. Cloud9 looking to engage here. xepheR also demegged, but they're getting the better end of the fight either way. Gods again, we're getting pressure in the back line. neptuNo can hold his own for sure.
It's so difficult to try and kill the Lucio in those 1v1s. I feel for Gods. No, he's
no, he is going to be able to escape. Finnsi's made the switch over to the Zarya as well. They're assailing this final point.
Oh, immediately, triple DPS coming out of Cloud9. xepheR swapped to the Soldier immediately.
Both of these two
So
teams
smart.
know exactly what they want to run in these compositions.
So smart. You can tell Cloud9 have done their research here. Logix gets the entry kill. That's going to be forcing them onto Adam. They bring him down as well. 2 kills going their way. Movistar Riders trying to push it forward. Points still being contested. Need to be focusing themselves onto the cart. Now we see Kolsti using the promo rage into the back. Cloud9 need to get the move on right now to try and stop this cart in its tracks. They've got a bit of time to work with still. Playing around the point. Kolsti moves forward, pops down the bubble. Damage mitigation just going to be body blocking it. Cart moving forward. Cloud9 need to make the move happen now. Post bomb used. It brings down KAISER. Now it's going to be the Dragon Blade used by xepheR, and the cart was not stopped in time. 2 minutes on the clock for Movistar Riders. An incredible match between these two teams.
Yeah, that's a really good push. 2 minutes on the clock. They're looking excellent on attack. The problem is that they gave Cloud9 a fantastic time. So maybe an opportunity just to reset here for Movistar Riders. Cloud9 probably aren't going to get the same opportunity again. And to be fair, they had the pieces together on the defense, but both of these two teams, the kind of dive style is so powerful on Gibraltar offense.
I did like to see the swap from KAISER there to Reinhardt in the very last life he had. Basically, he just swapped to Reinhardt, and that's also a sort of reaction you can have to the Zarya pick, because the Zarya itself just gonna stand on the ground, doesn't have any high ground whatsoever. So you can sort of pick a Reinhardt and just basically counter the Zarya yourself with your big shield. Maybe it's something they can build on throughout the series if Finnsi keeps picking the Zarya and force Cloud9 to 3 DPS.
KAISER dancing. That is the Emperor's new groove.
Movistar Riders are going to start on the attack because they have less time in the bank, which means that Cloud9 still aren't quite sure what they're going to be running on the defense, because it was that kind of composition that set the tone for Gibraltar thus far. Cloud9, neither of these two teams going for really aggressive triple DPS defenses. Why do you think that is?
I think they're just comfortable punishing the enemy's mistakes rather than relying on their own dives and synchronization. I mean, Rogue, they're just so good because they're so synchronized and they just do everything so well together. I think Cloud9 specifically, not having played so much together, they're just more comfortable abusing your enemy's mistakes rather than relying on your own teamwork.
Movistar Riders have 2 minutes to push as far as they possibly can against Cloud9's 4. Logix playing passive for now, moves into the back, and there's the initiation, the coordination. They bring down Roolf in a flurry of pain. Kills are going to get traded as well. xepheR making his mark, but Logix is definitely there. Just one clips him down. Gods will be the next casualty. Cart starting to move forward with a bit of a pace on it, but opportunities abound here for Cloud9 to get the defense, and this is a bit of a dangerous situation because only 1:20 on the clock. It's going to be very close to getting into the overtime.
And this is very dangerous from Cloud9. Once again, they took an early engagement, sort of to stall out the card. But what this does in this final round, which is a lot shorter and will go into overtime, is that you're building the ultimates on the side of Movistar Riders. So they have to be careful and not to take too many fights here, just basically stalling the card, because that will lead to Movistar Riders eventually snowballing.
He's taken down very early on, wasn't able to build up his ultimate too much there. Kolsti also has taken a huge amount of pressure. Logix is the guy, pulls bomb out, but doesn't quite get it.
God's actually managed to get the deflect on that pulse bomb before it actually sticked onto Logix. That would have been sickening if he managed to pick that one up, but not quite. Cloud9 with the defense. Regardless, though, that was super dangerous there. And Dante's going to be a late death as well. 37 seconds remaining for Movistar Riders, and Cloud9 have built up the ults.
Yep, and this is going to be the very last fight. We're going to see a lot of ultimates coming up from Movistar Riders. They're probably going to play a bit slow at first, trying to build up all those ultimates. Probably neptuNo wants to reach the sound barrier before they engage. But this is going to be a very close fight indeed, with 5 ultimates on the side of Cloud9.
And neptuNo is pretty far away from that ult as well. Adams outpaced him in terms of his ultimate generation, both Sens with their ult, so they can buy a little bit of time for the Lucios to come online here, but the time is not really in Movistar's favor. 7 seconds remain, but they're going to be able to get some overtime here. Both Transcendences exchanged.
Yeah, absolutely moving in. It's going to be the self-destruct as well, moving into the back lines. Are they going to be able to find a kill? Surefour the post bomb. Now Gods using his own Dragon Blade. Both teams, overtime taken down. Nobody's on the car. They need to find their footing right now. Movistar Riders searching for an answer, desperately trying to get it into the first checkpoint, at least in the overtime. Moving around, Dante finding the kills, but it's Cloud9 with the spawning advantage right now. 4 players on the point. Bit of mitigation coming out from Finnsi. He's got the defense matrix working, but he's going to get brought out the mech. He's the last survivor here for Movistar Riders. Overtime down. Logix manages to touch the point. A little bit of a glimmer of hope perhaps, but KAISER's there with the Tesla cannon, putting in the damage. Logix will fall, and do they have anything else? No, they do not.
An absolutely crucial fight win from Cloud9 on the second fight there, on the first point. Because that led to Adam eventually outpacing neptuNo with the sound barrier, and that ultimate advantage led to the win there.
Yeah, and they had 2 minutes on the attack, Movistar Riders, not able to take the first checkpoint, not what they were looking for. Their attack in regulation time in the first portion, when they were on offense in Gibraltar, was much better for them, but this time their 2-2-2 composition was not enough, and they need to pull something special out the bag here to be able to stop Cloud9, because right before the first checkpoint, 4 minutes on the clock, that's exactly the same as when you're playing Gibraltar for the first time normally. And it's very rare for triple DPS comms to be able to completely lock teams out in regulation time in Gibraltar. So it looks like they're going for the Sombra.
Quad DPS, solo support, Sombra pick here.
They're stealing your strats.
Well, they have to hold close, right? They're probably going to try to force 2 fights, and you can see neptuNo setting up with the Sombra here. He's going to hack the Mega right by the payload.
Yep.
And then on the second fight, he can basically hack the Mega inside the computer IT room, etc. So it's actually very good here if they want to take 2 fights, which they are.
Do you think this is perhaps predictable? neptuNo's been playing a huge amount of Sombra all tournament long, and they know that there's going to be something special coming out of the back here because they have so much time on the clock. But Sombra isn't very popular on Gibraltar, almost never used, in fact. So maybe
I think you can. Yeah, I think it's not predictable, but I think people have an idea, and it's easy to adjust in this situation.
Oh, the Tesla cannon instantly finding neptuNo. Ultimate not building as quickly, perhaps, as they would have liked. Widowmaker coming out from Cloud9, exactly the same as before when they were attacking. xepheR was able to buy a lot of room, sight lines for his team. Movistar playing this one much more aggressively than they were.
xepheR on the Widowmaker still, it works against the triple DPS, it makes sense. But they're going to struggle now because neptuNo has built up that EMP, providing he stays alive here. They could use it in the next fight. 95% on him. He's tangling his head to take the 1v1 against Surefour here. The SMG just spraying him down. EMP available, relocates forward. Searching for the kill. Again, remember these health packs are hacked up. Surefour can't really be getting the heals he's looking for. And the aggressive hold by Movistar's working out for now. Still, neptuNo holding on to this EMP. Dante with the Kobe bio grenade meanwhile in the background will find xepheR as well. Trading equally. Nice little pre-fire there by Roolf as well, finding the kills, but still the defense working out.
Yeah, it's very good positioning from Movistar Riders. They're not giving xepheR any angles whatsoever, and neptuNo alone basically is just holding that side that xepheR realistically would like to be in.
Yeah, the EMP.
Used in the process. Quite going to be watching that fight just yet, but Logix with the pulse bomb will connect it onto KAISER. That puts an end to the engagement almost immediately.
I will keep you here.
The EMP is going to be built up a little bit. I like the way that neptuNo was threatening to use it many times. He goes out with the EMP live, puts a bit of spam into people. Cloud9 at that point wondering whether or not that's the time that they want to engage, but neptuNo has used it now, so opened a bit of a window for Cloud9. They've got both of their support ultimates going to be live in this fight. xepheR switched over to Soldier 76 as well, but Surefour down. If they can find individual picks like this as well, take so much time off the board. Cloud9, half of their time has so far disappeared. And Roolf, He's forced out a Transcendence in the low ground. They're getting a little bit of value out of it so far, but Dante and Finnsi have yet to contest. And in with a Nanovisor, absolutely ripping through them. Gods and Adam have fallen, but Dante in the back line catches a Helix Rocket. Things still even for both of these two teams in the fight below.
Have you ever noticed how sexy the Nanovisor sounds? It's like an absolute machine, isn't it? But
I think, in general, the soundscape in Overwatch is actually so satisfying.
Yeah.
I think they did an excellent job with that.
Crucially, Finnsi got the pick onto Adam first there, which had the sound barrier up. I don't know if Cloud9 probably could have won that fight if Adam didn't die first and he got the sound barrier off. But then again, they had a swoosh blade as well up for it.
They have ults. Movistar Riders with a decent defense. Remember, Cloud9 had 4 minutes coming into this. Movistar Riders, this neptuNo pick has thrown them off tilt a little bit here. neptuNo working, he's about 20% to the EMP, not been built up in a moment's notice, and now here comes the ults. Cloud9 getting aggressive onto the back lines, working it out, SWoosH going to be used there, but God brings him down! Oh my goodness, and SWoosH, the ult is not going to get refunded. This could be critical for them. Cloud9 moving forward. God's putting in work for his team. Finds a kill onto Logix, rolling forward. Movistar Riders, where's the defense? Where's the attack? neptuNo falls, nobody on the cards, and Cloud9 will claim Gibraltar.
Oh, that last fight, absolutely crucial. neptuNo has his EMP live as well, and that Dragon Blade in the back. It looked like they didn't quite realize that Gods was there, pressuring their backline. He was in